Tigray military leaders, politicians are holding a key strategic dialogue. The outcome of this dialogue could determine the trajectory of peace and stability in Tigray in coming days. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Two main news stories. First one is about a key internal dialogue in Tigray. Interestingly, one of the main players is missing from this dialogue. Can this dialogue produce any results if a main player is out of it? Second news story is an update about Israel-Iran war. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. Let's have a look at the Middle East first. Israel-Iran war. In last night's live chat, I shared my analysis with you about the war, about the trajectory it could take, about the possibility of a long war, about the possibility of efforts to change regime in Iran, etc. Now we have more updates for you in this video. Firstly, both countries, Iran and Israel, are hitting oil refineries, oil storage sites, gas plants. I reported in last night's live chat Israeli attacks on Iranian oil refineries, on an LNG port, and on a natural gas facility in southern Iran. Iran responded last night. It hit Haifa oil refinery in Israel. This oil refinery produces around 50% of the oil which Israel uses. And interestingly, now Iranian missiles are starting to hit targets. Majority, over 90% of the missiles is being intercepted in the air, but some are mysteriously landing right on targets, like Haifa oil refinery was precisely hit by Iranian missiles last night. In response, Israel made a big counterattack. It hit Saharan oil depot in Tehran. It's a huge oil depot in the capital city, and clouds of smoke and balls of flames were seen rising from this oil depot in Tehran last night. I said that when the countries start hitting energy sites, power transmission sites, and power transmission infrastructure, it's a sign of a long war. And this is what is happening now. Israel is requesting US support. Some people say that it's an indication that Israel is now under pressure. It could be an indication, but I think Israel wants to just finish Iran. It is seeing an opportunity. It wants American support because it wants some bunker busters. Most of Iranian nuclear sites, most of their military facilities are underground. You need to have the bombs which can penetrate deep into the ground to reach those sites. And you need to be careful about hitting nuclear sites. There could be radioactive emission. So Israel, that is why, is requesting US support. US is already supporting Israel. US planes, US ships are in the area, and reportedly US planes have been involved in intercepting Iranian missiles. Iran threatened US and others in a statement yesterday. Iran said that if these Western countries, Britain, France, and US, etc., if they start supporting Israel, Iran will hit their interests, their bases anywhere in the world, especially in the Middle East. Americans have several military bases in the Middle East. I think they have a military base in Iraq, they have a military base in In Syria too, their presence in Turkey and other parts of Middle East. Uh, uh, US has its military bases in Syria, in Iraq, in Turkey. Its military base here in the Horn of Africa, in Djibouti too. Can Iran hit these bases? US, if it sees a chance of destroying Iran, it will definitely join this war, directly or indirectly, because if there is chance and it sees a real opportunity. If Iran hits US base in Djibouti, that could be a big development for the Horn of Africa. The Horn of Africa could be then, it could suffer. Houthis are involved. Houthis are firing some ballistic missiles into Israel, but Houthis' capabilities have been degraded because Trump government in recent months launched waves of strikes on Houthis. Before launching attack on Iran, Israel and US weakened Iranian allies, Houthis of Yemen, Lebanon's Hezbollah, uh, Gaza's Hamas, groups in Syria, groups in Iraq. They have been weakened. In Syria, there is pro-US government now. So Iran has been weakened in terms of having no strong allies now. Main role, I think, will be played by those who oppose US, especially China and Russia. What will they do? Will they provide any type of support to Iran or not? Discreet or open, that remains to be seen. Overall, Iranian missiles are starting to hit targets in Israel. A multi-story building was also hit in Israel in an attack by Iranian missiles, and pictures of the damaged building are all over social media. Iran is suffering more, definitely. It has suffered immense losses. Its top generals have been killed. Its nuclear scientists have been killed. More of its sites have been hit in comparison with Israeli military sites. But gradually, Iran is starting to hit some targets on the ground in Israel. Now, is back to the story, which is about Ethiopia. TPLF in Tigray, a key strategic dialogue is being held. The outcome of this dialogue will determine the future of peace and security in Tigray in Ethiopia. Three players are participating in this dialogue: Tigray military, Tigray interim government, and TPLF. As if there are no other players in Tigray. It means that there are basically three players in Tigray. Politically, militarily, there is no talk of any opposition being part of this dialogue. The dialogue is about IDPs, return of IDPs. TPLF, Tigray military, Tigray interim government are saying that enough is enough. Now the IDPs must return. IDPs protesting. They held a protest in Mekelle. They stormed President Varede's office. All was planned. No one tried to stop them because for TPLF, Tigray military, Tigray government, they want to show to the federal government that IDPs are out of control now. And TPLF is putting pressure upon Varede that Varede should raise the issue of restoration of TPLF status. That is why TPLF launched these IDPs into Varede's office. Question is, can this dialogue deliver while the main player is out of the dialogue? Which main player? Federal government. I mean, dialogue should be between Tigray and federal government, between Tigray interim government and federal government. But Tigray is holding internal dialogue. It means Tigray wants to reach a decision. Tigray leaders, they want to reach a consensus about how and when IDP should return. If they are able to create consensus, then they'll talk to federal government. When they'll talk to federal government, they'll have representatives from Tigray military, Tigray government, TPLF, or Tigray government, but it will have the backing of TPLF and Tigray military. And then they will tell that we have decided this and you must now implement it. Otherwise, things could get worse. But you will see that when Tigray interim government will raise the issue of IDPs with federal government, it will simultaneously raise the issue of restoration of TPLF status. This is what TPLF wants. How can you reach a decision about return of IDPs without involvement of federal government? IDPs will return to federal government controlled areas, Amhara controlled areas. Amhara government not part of the dialogue. Dialogue should be between Tigray and Amhara, between Tigray government and federal government. TPLF should not be the only party which should be part of the dialogue. There are other parties too. Opposition is also emerging. TPF there too. Tigray opposition parties, Getachew party, all should be involved in creating internal consensus in Tigray. And after that, talk should happen between Tigray government and the federal government, Tigray and Amhara sides. But the talks given by TPLF leaders recently indicate that they have decided that now they want the return of IDPs to start immediately. I have a clip for you of Emmanuel Assefa. He addressed IDPs when they stormed Mekelle president office. And Emmanuel Assefa can be heard talking about the internal dialogue being held in Tigray about return of IDPs. Thanks for watching. Watch the clip.
جنرال تادس يخون مسكالوت أكلات بجزاو ممحدار مستي سممعنات بريتوريا زفرم حوحات يخون مسراوي تجراي سفحت زتتات يقبر اللي بزع عزو قدايزي تحنت نقرأكم زد له نفلت تبعي لا مالتي نفلت بقى سوي يفلت بولقون يفلت بودا بدرجاون يفلت حوحات عايزو زلو أو حوحات زلو مرحي بحد حد تعايزو زلو جزاو ممحدار يفلت أو جزاو ممحدار زلو مرحي تعايزو زلو سراويت يفلت أو سراويت زلو مرار حتى عايزو زلو بسرعة تاينا نبل زلنا زل بقى مي تجمير له تقداينا هنا قداي ليس نهزب قداي حزب تقرأ زلوا قداي تاينا نقبر زلنا زل مي تجميرنا لنا زامي تزيا نحدث فرخت وتصحيح برقص عينات فمزابلتي أبطر عن اللو سمع يوم مستوالكم جنرال تادس القص خنقركم انتاي كولا بيليو أنا ناخذ من سايس كفن قن تاي كولهم تاي يخبل مخنياتو نحوار ملسي هالو أن تاي كبل إله وا لم زبن تاتكال كلها خنقبرينا بالله ميدني نازر زريعات بكا تاب سلامه مسرح تودا نجار كلها خنودينا بزقرنا غيرنا زخونه سرح تيجمرنا تفناقلتي مملاس تيجمرنا عين خرمان زي عبلتها إلى الله زي يبلغكم الله زي أخذ كوني أنا خك على زي تخون تخوين أنا نفتاز لهم بوتا وريدا مسخاتهم يخسلف قلت سخنا قراكم وين مسخهم يخك على ناي أمريكا أمباسادر موسيوم نا شرخ يدنا نيرنا مالت عدل رخيبنا بمولو لبنا نايتي تفناقل تساقمات إنا بأكل نجيرنا يوم ستي تطولوا وزلهم بأكل كريو إيلوم نابكلت بوتاتات مع قوبت عبياتات كيدوم حنتي يبقى تردنا ما يدومو كاليت خاع أبزا فرسوات زل خيدوم أخي ما يكون نجارم سبات توصلني حزمه بولك أيام زحتو كابي مسيخا معاز مسيخا نمتاي مسيخا عاوزين نمتاي تنبر لخا نمتاي زي تملس أفتزنور كارلو جزان بوتان من الله حزن تاي جور الله ساتهم تحاوريت لك كميت رخوه حزن انت أخاتبل انت أخات دلي تسأجم كما يفتح حد حسرت غلز خون حطون حدا سوي يوم زحتو أم ودعتا حدا ولاد تايلو على مسي حدا مليون حرس تايديات دلس حدا مليون